Good morning. I'm glad to be here with you. I'm Professor Anthony Rotolo from the Newhouse School. At Newhouse, I teach courses in social media and emerging media technologies.
Could you tell us about some current trends shaping the future of design?
Sure. Well, there's actually always a lot going on in the design world, mostly looking at the digital trends right now. There is a trend toward designing immersive experiences, whether that's by virtual reality devices or augmented reality. The difference between the two is really the level of immersion, whether you're sort of in the device and in the virtual world, or whether you're overlaying information onto the real world. There's also the addition of the third dimension into design, not just for 3D movies and 3D pictures, but the idea that we can design objects that we will then produce using 3D printing technology and then be able to use and manipulate in the real world. Designers are going to be at the forefront of the changes we're going to be seeing in digital interfaces. The most important thing to realize is that digital interfaces in the coming future are going to be less obvious as an interface than we're used to now. Now we think of an interface as a menu on a computer, navigation on a website, even the sort of icons on our smartphone. But as we start to break free of screens, and as the physical world around us becomes sort of mingles with the digital world and the content that we are experiencing that way, we're going to start to be able to more seamlessly interact with our environments. We're going to be able to call upon not just our refrigerator to tell us if we need more groceries, but we're going to be able to call upon most of the things in our house in the same way we can call upon apps on our phone. So designers are going to create those interactions. They're going to create those experiences. We take for granted already that when you use an iPhone or an iPad, that you know what to do with your gestures, that pinching will zoom something in or out, for example. These new interfaces that are on their way, these immersive experiences, we don't know what those gestures are. We don't know how people are going to interact with them, and it's up to designers to decide. So the biggest opportunities when it comes to the future of the interface is in setting the standards. And Apple set some of them for us, but Apple will not set them all. And designers anywhere can be doing that work.
In your best guess, how long until 3D printing will be as commonplace as 2D printing?
Well, we are in the early stages of 3D printing right now as a technology and as an industry. I often equate where we are at this point in time with 3D printing to being the days of Steve Jobs in his garage with the Apple I computer. So in reality, we are at very rudimentary level. But over the next 10 to 20 years, we're going to see a very rapid shift. And perhaps even sooner than that. As this technology enters into manufacturing, we're going to see it much more quickly with things like automobiles and even homes being able to be produced with technologies that are just like the home 3D printing that we're seeing in the news now. As far as home 3D printing goes, as those devices continue to get more affordable in the next 5 years, we're going to see more people adding them to their workshops, more schools adding them to courses, and then we are going to see opportunities for designers start to emerge. That's going to be products that can be designed to be downloaded and then made at home instead of bought in a store. That's going to be learning exercises that are to design creations that go along with concepts for class and then be able to manipulate them in a very tangible lesson. And also beyond the home use, whether it be art or a hobby or something like that, we're really going to start to see the emergence of 3D printing over the next 10 to 20 years in healthcare and really new forms of healthcare that we hadn't seen before. People are going to be able to get customized prosthetics and customized reconstruction for injuries and so on. So really the possibilities, whether it's biomedical or whether it's simply producing a product or a hobby at home that you would have needed a factory for a couple of years ago, we are going to see this over the next 10 to 20 years continue to grow in ways we can't expect.
So other than on screens, where are we going to see design in the future?
We're going to be wearing design, and I don't just mean fashion. Fashion and technology is merging just like so many other places. So wearable technology We saw the big warning shot that wearable technology is really on its way to the mainstream with the Apple Watch announced a few weeks back. The opportunities that are going to open up on our wrists, hands, clothing, and what we keep on our person as technology gets integrated, those opportunities are going to be capitalized upon, hopefully, by designers who are going to not only make them interesting, but make them usable. And that's the most important aspect of wearable technology. Sure, it's cool to have something on your wrist that tells you some information, but is it usable? Can it be a mainstream tool? And can we leverage these things as a platform for the futures of the different industries we've been talking about? So wearable technology, I think, in addition to that 3 dimensions of design and the immersive experiences, they all play together in order to create the future opportunities for designers in the digital space.